The morning had barely begun when Daniel Torres stepped through the side entrance of Harbor Point Naval Base with his daughter's tiny hand wrapped around his finger. The sky was still dim, the kind of bluish haze that made everything look softer than real life, and the air carried the scent of ocean salt mixed with diesel from the patrolling jeeps. Daniel wasn't supposed to be here, not in any formal sense. He was the janitor, the man who swept floors, scrubbed hallways, and unlocked supply closets before dawn. But the base had become a kind of second home to him and to Lily, who refused to let go of him long enough for daycare drop-offs anymore. His life ran on a rhythm: wake at 4 a.m., prepare Lily's breakfast, walk her to the bus stop, then head to the base to begin cleaning before the day shift arrived. Nothing extraordinary. Nothing special. Just a life he had built out of his own two hands and the promise he made to his late wife to raise Lily with love, stability, and safety. He kept that promise every day, even if the world never noticed, but someone had noticed. Every morning, at the exact same minute, he saw her. The soldier. Quiet. Focused. Always carrying her baby in one arm and a duffel slung over her shoulder as if she were balancing the weight of the entire world. She never asked for help, never faltered, never complained. Yet her exhaustion clung to her like a shadow, dark, heavy, and impossible to hide. Daniel had seen that look before. He'd seen it in his own bathroom mirror the year Lily was born, when he worked 2 jobs to keep the lights on. He recognized the way her shoulders tightened when she thought no one was looking. The way she kept murmuring to her child even when her voice cracked. The way she walked as if turning back wasn't an option. The first time he approached her, she'd been trying to juggle the baby's blanket, her papers, and the bottle slipping from her pocket. She didn't ask for help then, either. But when the bottle hit the concrete and clattered away, Daniel caught it mid-roll. "You dropped this," he said gently. She blinked at him, caught between gratitude and caution. "Thank you. I'm running late again." He didn't say anything more. Just handed her the bottle and smiled at the baby, who gave him a gummy, joyous grin that made Lily squeal when he told her about it later. The next day, she nodded at him. The day after that, she said good morning. By the end of the week, she trusted him enough to let him hold the baby for a moment while she tightened the straps of her bag. That was how it began, quietly, naturally. 2 tired people crossing paths in the dawnlight, sharing burdens without speaking them aloud. Her name was Maya. That much he knew. The rest, he pieced together slowly. She was new to the base, her husband wasn't in the picture, she had transferred to Harbor Point for reasons she didn't talk about. She worked harder than anyone he'd seen, so hard it looked like she was running from something. Daniel never pried. Life had taught him that everyone carried battles, and sometimes kindness was more powerful than questions. So he helped in all the ways he could, carrying her gear, warming a bottle when she was late, keeping the hallway lights low so her baby wouldn't startle, saving a quiet corner where she could feed him before her shift. And every morning, she looked at him with the same startled gratitude, as if she didn't expect help from anyone. One morning, when the wind was colder than usual and Lily was bundled up like a marshmallow, Daniel saw Maya struggling to zip her uniform jacket while the baby whimpered in her arms. She was shaking, not from fear, but from exhaustion so deep it hollowed her eyes. "Here," he said softly. "Let me." He didn't touch her, just held the zipper steady so she could use both hands for her child. She looked up at him then, really looked. "Why are you always so kind to me?" she whispered. Daniel hesitated. "Because someone once helped me when I was drowning. I'm just paying it forward." She breathed out, and in that breath was a storm, relief, pain, and something fragile she had been trying to protect. Over the next few days, she opened up, slowly, cautiously, piece by piece. She told him she hadn't slept more than 3 hours a night. That she had no family nearby. That she was terrified she couldn't be both a soldier and a mother. That she didn't want anyone to think she wasn't strong enough. "You are strong enough," Daniel told her. "You just shouldn't have to be alone." Those words stayed with her. He could see it in the way she paused the next morning, almost as if she were searching for him. For Daniel, it felt like something shifting. Something he hadn't expected, hadn't looked for, and wasn't sure he deserved. But he didn't overthink it. Their mornings became a quiet ritual, shared smiles, small favors, and moments that stretched longer each day. What he didn't know, what he couldn't have known, was the secret she carried in her silence. A truth that shook her every time a particular name echoed across the intercom. A truth she had run from to protect her child. A truth wrapped in a last name Daniel didn't recognize. Hale. A name that carried weight, authority, and power across 3 oceans. A name feared in every command room, because Maya wasn't just a soldier, she was the admiral's daughter, and every morning, as Daniel wiped down the hallway floors or carried her baby while she adjusted her gear, she wondered how he would react if he ever discovered who she really was, and why she was hiding from the one man who could change everything. For now, though, Daniel simply saw her as she wanted to be seen, a struggling mother doing the best she could, and that small kindness, the quiet way he treated her like a human instead of a title, was about to pull them both into a storm neither of them saw coming.